1973, when Sunderland upset the odds and won. Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales. There's Mr. Bert Minachip, the chairman of the Football Association, on the right. One figure missing today, Ted Croker, the General Secretary of the FA, who's unwell in hospital at the moment. He retires later this year. It's sad that Ted misses his last final in office, but we wish him a really speedy recovery. And now the national anthem. First to be presented, Liverpool, today seeking to become the first club ever to do the double of League and Cup twice. And always with a word and a joke, the Liverpool goalkeeper Bruce Grobbelaar and Steve Nicol. Gary Ablett in his first full season, finding a place at Wembley, only 22 years old, the left back. Craig Johnston, one of the substitutes. The man with the headband, of course, with 6 stitches, which he's explaining to Her Royal Highness. They both got them. Gary Gillespie and Nigel Spackman had a terrible clash of heads playing against Luton. And he's a really cheery character, Nigel Spackman, the former Bournemouth and Chelsea player. And everything's so relaxed. Little Ray Houghton, who's added a certain dimension to Liverpool's midfield since he arrived from Oxford United. Steve McMahon, who might well have a lot to say for England in the European Championships in West Germany this summer. John Aldridge, who had the unenviable task of taking over from Ian Rush, but has done it magnificently. John Barnes. It's rare to see a cup final side as relaxed as this. Jan Molby and Peter Beardsley. The big Dane having a word here now, Jan Molby with Her Royal Highness. And of course, the one and only Kenny Dalglish. What a job he's done. And Merseyside are proud of him. Fabulous achievement. Another turn of Wimbledon. Big Dave Beasant. Biggest man on the field at 6'4". Smashing moment for them, really, and really, Ian St John, every small club in the land must be saying, well, they did it, maybe we could do it as well, but 11 years ago they weren't even in the league.
Well, why not? I mean, it is a fairy tale story, and I'm sure Dave sitting beside us here must be looking at it and thinking, you know, it's marvellous for all these young lads that he's seen grow up in the Wimbledon side. Yeah,
Dave Beasant, former manager of Wimbledon, your thoughts now as you look at these pictures?
Well, they're unbelievable, really. It must be marvellous for the players, because none of us 2 years ago would have ever thought we could get to Wembley, and so it's tremendous. I feel for Dave Beasant and Alan Court, because really they were 4th division players and they've come through everything. They look reasonably relaxed as well.
That's the thing about that, your ex-team, they're always very confident, aren't they? Look at Poppy Bunch.
That's right. They had a few inexperiences when we was in the 2nd division, when we went to places like Manchester City and froze, and even last year in the quarter-final we froze. But I think they learned a lot from that when they won at Liverpool last year and Manchester United, and they've had some good results this year. So I think they'll enjoy today.
The referee today is Brian Hill from Kettering, 40 years old, who will be one of the linesmen in the European Championships in West Germany. In a delightful, delicate shade of pink. yourself looking very relaxed. I don't think Her Royal Highness is a great football fan, but let's hope there's a treat in store for us